And today I want to talk about something I think that a lot of us might be experiencing, and in some cases resisting to our detriment. And that is letting go. You know, there's so much effort going on in this world to get ahead, to survive, to not fail, to achieve, to become all we can be. And I get it, and as you know, I'm in favor of us fully blooming on our soul missions, but here's the wild thing that I just want to make sure we don't lose in the mix. And that's that there cannot be yang without yin. There cannot be beginnings without endings. Over effort blocks the flow. Okay? It's hard to receive when we're grasping. You follow me? Over effort blocks the flow. Sure, being lazy, no good. But you know, a lot of geniuses are great procrastinators. They're very last minute type creators. There's just something about, I guess, being in that liminal space where we're able to receive, conceive, believe, dream new visions, but it's hard to receive those if our cups are already full, as the old story goes. And what I find interesting about this time of year is that we're about to experience the shortest day of the year here in Canada. Solstice, winter solstice, which of course is balanced out by summer solstice, the longest day of the year in mid-June. And it's like I've noticed some of the people around me, some of my clients that are coming in with skin issues or anxiety issues or insomnia issues. It's like they don't have yin in their body. And so I'm going to decode that for those of you that don't know what yin is. It's that cool, moist, calm, feminine, lunar, resting, receptive aspect of creation, just like the moon is receiving the sun's light. And the sun is yang and outputting and doing and, you know, expanding and in a lot of ways, a lot of our beautiful feminine essence within ourselves, even as men, but also women, a lot of our women in our culture have lost that feminine essence as they became more masculinized, really, in the feminist movement, ironically. And I'm hearing more women around me talking about this, where it used to be derogatory to say, you know, he thinks I should be barefoot in the kitchen and just making dinner and gardening, and now there's women saying, good God, I wish I could just be in the kitchen and gardening and making food and cleaning and doing what brings me joy, but is not so young, not so driven, not so out in the world. Think about that sun expanding. And I'm not saying any one of us is either or, and I know gender is a loaded topic these days. All of us have yin and yang in us. So lately, I've been giving myself more permission to go to bed early, sometimes making myself go to bed early. Also sleep in. Also not push so hard on the to-do list. Like I'm doing, but it's the not doing, the wu wei that I often talk about in Taoism, right? Second only to the Tao is the wu wei, the way of effortless action. It's the balance of yin and yang. Sometimes we're so driven that we interfere with our own progress through our very attachment to the outcome, our attachment to the outcome, our desperate fears of failure. There's different things that can be driving us to not be in that receptive part, of ourselves, and think that the only way to get where we want to go in life is to force. But the moon doesn't force. Like the earth essence doesn't force, it receives light. And it allows fertility, and it enjoys creation. It naturally unfolds in a way that can get blocked again by over effort. But this is the other thing I'm noticing. So some of the people around me are taking more yin foods and yin herbs like marshmallow, right? Or Romania root is a Chinese medicine for this. For some of you, this might be a little far out, but I study plant spirit medicine, and plant spirit medicine is where you use your imagination to interface with nature, and in some cases, certain plants. And you could consider that you're actually speaking to a plant, or it's your own innate intelligence, your subconscious communicating to you through visualizations, through imagery, through archetypal imagery. But I have noticed some plants are very feminine, very grounding, very sweet, very their archetypes are very loving, peaceful. Sattvic is the name in Eastern medicine. For those of you that are interested in Ayurvedic traditional elemental understandings of creation, Sattva is sort of that inner peace state. It's kind of pink, gold, emerald green. These are feeling tones, not just colors. So stick with me here, because the feeling tone of the modern world is pretty aggressive. There's a lot of fight or flight. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of cortisol. This is the time of year, my friends, that we nourish our yin essence so that we have yang essence in the spring to come forth with and live the projects that we want to create through the summer. We're resting, gestating, dreaming in the womb, like the bear goes into hibernation. And its heartbeat slows down and it goes into the void. It goes into the dream time. And this is what we're kind of not in sync with these days, because we're on our different streaming channels and staying up late and distracted all the time. So it's hard for us to conceive and dream when we have these space invaders around us all the time, sucking our consciousness, but also telling us what to think nonstop and other people's opinions. And we don't get to experience the bubbling up of our own essence of inner self, like trying to communicate to us. And I think I've mentioned this before, but there's an old saying in meditation practice, like when you're quiet, it speaks, Your inner voice whispers. So when we go into our own little hibernation sessions, could be just a Sunday we have off. It could be just sleeping in an extra few hours. But what matters is that we're in the yin and we're in the receptive. We're resting. Also, kind of looking in, like what is motivating me? What is creating dis-ease or discontent in me that I need to explore? Because it's a good time to look in and notice what's motivating us that we might call dark, our fears, our judgments, maybe some desires we're not being honest about, becoming intimate with ourselves, looking at our whole self, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, like Carl Jung said, I'd rather be whole than good. Because what he would say is the danger is in not making the unconscious, not being aware of a lot of our unconscious drives. And they can sabotage our lives, you know. There's a way that we shine a light on certain parts of ourselves when we're quiet and we're intimate with ourselves. With ourselves, we're intimate. And that's interesting. I'm just thinking about the bear. Like, they don't usually cuddle up with other bears, do they? They go solo and they find their den. That's really interesting. So yeah, there's this feeling of things, we have to sometimes fall before we rise, just like the shortest day of the year before it renews. Maybe you're at the end of something. Maybe you feel fallen or broken or swimming in the shadow of qualities of yourself that feel like they're interfering. It's an interesting word, like interfere. But what happens is, if we're with it, consciously choosing to turn towards it, it can be very rich, like in alchemy. The darkness is the fertility for the light. And I will reiterate that. Yeah, turning towards the fall. I had a mentor once who recently passed, curandero from Peru, Maestro Flores. And Juan Flores once said, the lower you go, the higher you go. And a friend of mine pointed out that the word tip is the same as the word pit when you flip it under. So in some ways, this is the journey of creation into the dark and back out into the light, into forgetting and back out into remembering, falling and rising. This is the journey. So let's maybe relax, exhale, let it be. Let it be. Just notice what's coming up. Notice what's there. Give it space. Give it some yin energy. And it's pretty compassionate. It's pretty soft. And letting the process do itself. There's a kind of idea of natural liberation in Tibetan Buddhism that I really like. Nature seeks to bloom. Like we are, the universe is seeking to bloom. But, there are three phases to things: creation, maintenance, destruction. Creation, maintenance, destruction. Creation, maintenance. We learned this in biology in high school, right? It's like, what it was, anabolism, homeostasis, the middle between catabolism, like the breaking down and the building up, and the middle. So there is a cycle we have to surrender to, and we might need to have a bigger bird's eye view, not be looking at things just from a little close-up mousy mouse perspective, but look at it from an eagle's eye view, that our souls are on a journey of discovery, adventure, experience. And would you want to watch a film where you just knew everything was going to be perfect, like the whole way through the film, and there'd be no antagonist, there'd be no challenge, there'd be no close calls, right? So you might say yes, right? Sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm okay with that. But if you're honest, that's not what you're watching. And what if we are like fractals of the whole, micro of the macro, and creation is on a journey of experience, and it seems to want to experience the whole thing. The ego has a very specific agenda, right? Fame, fortune, notoriety, beauty, the drill. We can see it like carrying its desperate self out. That's fine. That's what it's supposed to do. Security. But we are not only that. I mean, the ego has to know when to let go. And maybe trust. Big word, right? For those of us that have been through stuff. Trust that there might be a great perfection unfolding in our lives that we simply cannot perceive, and even in our worlds. Breathe in. Just being with. It's funny, I see right behind me is Kuan Yin. I'm going to try to spin this so you can see it. There's Kuan Yin in the corner there. In the forest. Very peaceful, very cool, very green and gold and pink. Yeah. These are vibrations, my friends, that aren't really being cultivated right now in the modern media and the latest mini-series. So that's it for now. I'm going to try to keep these a little closer, but maybe just explore resting. Take your adrenal tonics that are nourishing to the kidney essence. This is the right time of year. The energy goes just like the trees' energy has gone down to the root. Our root is our kidney essence. And in the spring, that energy will come out. If we just burn it at both ends, as the saying goes, we live fast, die young, in the sense of we lose our mojo too early. We run out of gas when we still have some life to live. So that's why you'll see a lot of the elders taking their ginsengs and their kidney jing tonics, Jing, in the winter. This is deeply rejuvenating for you, deeply rejuvenating for me, to remember that we have been gifted these beautiful miracles we call plants, hundreds of phytochemicals in each of them, a symphony of intelligence that can nourish us. But we have to stop, pause, receive that nourishment. Otherwise, we get more burnt out and reach for more stimulants. But also, let's remember the yin side of creating is receptive. I've seen people trying to get pregnant over the years until they stop trying. I'm sure you have heard of that. There's an element of receptivity, magnetism, receiving, dreaming a good dream, like planting a seed in the soil and letting it rest there and let it do its thing. We can't force a seed to do its thing. Our job as humans to dream a good dream. For ourselves, for the world. And so I hope those of you that are watching this around Christmas, that you have a great Christmas. A Merry Christmas even. Merrily, merrily, merrily may you row gently down the stream. Remembering that life is but a dream. And if you get a chance to practice acceptance this Christmas, accepting what is, making peace on earth, in here first, and maybe sing. I noticed the word I use that a lot in meditation classes and stuff, because it's a seed syllable. It's the beginning of the alphabet, alpha. Is the original sound vibration. Is the beginning of Om, the beginning of Amen, so many, right? The heart chakra is anahata. And so if you're feeling wound up, and if you're feeling great, fa la 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 la. And, come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Let heaven and nature sing. Don't try to make it. Let it. I hope that's helpful, inspiring. I hope you're doing good out there. Take care of yourself. Don't overdo the stimulants. I'm having a nice coffee here, but I will switch to tea. And much love to you all, and we'll see you again next time.